Let some people pile in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can everybody hear me? My voice is a little rough. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody this morning? We're alive, we're working, we're here, we're in the house. Maybe not. Too much energy? Slow it down a little. All right. How is everybody doing this morning? It's Shaggy. At Shaggy's Consulting and Training, or Shaggy's group of companies. It's so weird when you have so many companies, just like Shaggy's. He says, looks like we're moving under our own power. Slow and steady, and more doctors coming up, but we're good. We're in there. More tests. Sometimes you don't want to go to the doctor because they always tell you stuff you don't want to find out. You know what I mean? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me get this fired up. Always behind, always behind. Okay, I'm back. All right, cool. I sent Frank his link. I forgot to. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Letting some people roll in. How is everybody doing this morning? It's Wednesday. What do they call it? Hump day. Hump day. It's like, yeah, what did I do at the beginning of this week? I haven't got nothing done. Nothing. It seems like it. Hey, guys, stay tuned for a little bit if you're flying through. I really want to get back to the networking, building relationships, and finding the freight that we need. That's what I wanted to talk about this morning on Educational Drink Coffee with Shaggy Row Cup. We're ready to go. If you guys get a chance and you're throwing through, share the page, like the page, or don't if you want to, please. A lot of great stuff going on. I wanted to come on this morning and just talk about some stuff we have going at Shaggy's Logistics. We got pumpkin loads coming up. We got lumber loads, or not lumber loads, flatbed loads with some specialized lumber stuff coming out of Ohio, some stuff in Mississippi, and some stuff in South Carolina coming up. And we're working on more freight in Michigan and the Midwest. So if you guys have flatbeds and dry vans and you're needing some help with loads, make sure you get a hold of Isaiah and William at Shaggy's Logistics. At Shaggy's Logistics. And at our trucking company over, oh, here come. There's Frank the man. I was like, I know I sent him a link. Nope, I didn't. I forgot to. I did. And I don't know if the link, the same link works every morning or not. What's up, Frank?
What up?
I can't hear you. Why is it
What
nope?
up? Can't hear me?
That's weird.
Hold on. Can't hear me?
Well, I'll put Frank down on the bottom until he can get logged in. All right, guys. So if you do get a chance, please like the page, share the page, like the chat, put a comment. If you're coming through the videos and you like these coffee shop videos we do in the morning, me, Frank, and everybody, guys, let us know. Because if you don't, and it's not something that's educational, I'll just quit doing them. I don't care. You know what I do care, actually. I love teaching. But if I'm becoming an extinct dinosaur and people don't need the information, what's up, Nicole? Good morning. And if people don't need the information, then I get it. I'll move on. But I know a lot of people still come through and see these videos at the end of the day or later on because it's hard to get up at 6:30, 7:30 in the morning and listen to Shaggy and Frank talk. I get it. And I mean, I'm losing my voice. My chest is killing me. I'm on all these pain meds right now, and I got some other crazy stuff happening in my throat. But I'm still here for you guys. You know what I mean? I'm still here. You working, Frank? Nope. What the heck?
I don't know.
I don't have you muted. You're not muted.
I don't know. My mic is working.
Nope, we're losing Frank. No, Frank, we gotta have Frank. Let me see. Are you there now, Frank?
I've been.
Why is mine messing up? Okay, so Frank is here. I'm gonna put him back in the screen. Tell you what, man, when you feel lousy, Frank, it's hard. You know what?
Well, I wondered because last night when I was doing my little show, you kept popping in there, but you were still at the hospital, so I didn't figure you'd be around today.
Yeah. How was it? It was the night before I was actually back in the house. I didn't tell you.
Ah,
I was just hitting messages from my phone. Yeah, they cut my veins up pretty good.
yeah.
For you. Yeah, they said my ribs are just messed up, like they're kind of like almost like they're still broke, but they're not.
Well,
There's three of them.
every time you go there, they tell you something different. It's
Well,
something else is disconnected.
this time they did a CAT scan and said my voice and stuff is in trouble because I need to have something done on my throat to find out why something's there. So that's kind of got me scared.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Good morning, Candace. Good morning. I love seeing Candace. So I got some topics. Like first thing, what do we have going on? We're trying to keep it organized, Frank. So I was going through. We have freight. You have freight. We have a lot of new customers coming in. I am putting on owner operators. You have trucks that are for sale.
Yeah, I have one still that I'm selling. 2016 Cascadia, nice little truck. If somebody needs to buy it, 25 grand, pretty cheap.
That's, that's right. Ricky still work on people's trucks and you guys at the shop and do customization and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
They don't just have to buy a truck; they can actually use you guys as a shop too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people do. We have a
Yeah,
lot of people that. Usually when sometimes it depends on, but usually when somebody buys a truck, they bring it there to get it worked on, bring it there to get it whatever they need, get it serviced and that kind of thing.
but
So,
Ricky can help them with maintenance and all that stuff, help them set up stuff if they ever have questions or come by, right?
oh yeah, a lot of people call Ricky all the time if they have trouble with their truck, something going on and they don't know what it is, they'll call Ricky and he'll diagnose it for them over the phone. Oh yeah, he does a lot of that. I do a lot of that.
Yeah, I knew you guys did. And one thing that we're working on, me and Frank were talking about, we have the compliance company. And one thing I'm starting to focus on more when you guys are flying through our channel here and stuff, always remember, we don't talk about it a lot, but I've been working. Frank thinks I'm crazy because compliance and safety is like one of the hardest damn businesses in the world. It is. It's because no one, it's like an IRS and accounting. Nobody wants to work on it until they're in trouble, right?
Yeah, it's and it changes. I mean the and that's why you need somebody to help you. I mean every time you think you're ready to hit the target moves. They new
It's,
regulations, new this, new that all the time.
it's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You almost have to have
You
one
shoot your
guy.
arrow, and then the target goes, you missed me. So and
Candace says she needs you to help her find the
the
missile.
fines for all that this year, the fines went way up. Some of them doubled, way up. So it's stupid now. It's crazy. It was stupid before. It's really stupid now.
Williams, Candace says she put a whistle somewhere and she needs you to help her find it.
I can do that, but I'm not gonna go look for my teeth.
And William says, "Man, you guys are on it. Not even 9 a.m. Shit, I've been in here since 7:30, but I think it's really 8. Some people's times it's 7 and 5 other people's times.
I've been up almost all night because of the watching because my two sons, my grandkids, and all that are right down there in that storm. So I've been
Man,
watching all that all night.
I was watching them talk about somebody, a weather person, was talking about how everybody's taking this one for granted, but they don't want to take any of these storms coming in for granted because there's only been 1 or 2 times that the water in the ocean has been this hot.
Oh yeah, yeah. The water.
It'll change the storm in a
That's
matter of
uncanny.
minutes.
The water in the ocean yesterday was over 100 degrees. In the water that's like stepping into a hot bath. I mean that's
Candace,
crazy.
Nicole makes a great question. So, how do we all keep up with all the compliance updates? That's a good question. Like when you run a trucking company, right? Or you run, or you run a compliance company, right? There's several different ways that we do that, right? Even if
Yeah.
even if you're not trucking, it's still the same way. How did when you had 20, 30 trucks when you were at your prime and you guys had your team? How did you guys keep up with all that, Frank?
We had a safety person that did it all.
Hmm.
That
So
that
when we did it, I had Melissa. Remember? Well, so I had Melissa, and
yeah,
back in the day, DOT was actually more friendly, and they still are to a point, but no one ever takes the time to get that far in. So we had a guy named Bernie Cook that was a friend of ours, DOT guy. He did the audits. Well, we just became friends with him. So when he all the time he was telling us about where he could go to these seminars that the government puts on. And
yeah,
then they also you have all these groups that are funded by or the government has one, these different organizations. And what they do is their job is to inform us on compliance, right? So what you
yeah,
do is you go and you either use their software, like we have software that updates for us, right? And then we have software that sends us messages, and they're always keeping us up because if they don't keep their people that vend for their software, so they send us updates. But what Melissa does is she's joined a whole bunch of these platforms that keep you updated, right?
yeah,
And they send you emails all the time telling you what's coming up, what's changing, what's your opinion on this. And then don't they take that back to the White House and help fight for changes or whichever way it goes, these companies?
yeah, yeah. You
So
get you get updates from the government all the time. They publish all this stuff all the time, but
we get,
it's still if you have a big thing with us when it changed around. A big thing with us, was like where to put that 30-minute break, taking your 30, taking your 30, taking your 30, taking your 30. Nobody could figure that out, and everybody was just putting that 30-minute break all over the place. But um, that
so
that was a thing for a while. Everybody was getting their 30-minute breaks wrong, especially me. I just didn't take them.
So I have Allie and Kathy that's in a room all day long, and the
Yeah,
only thing they can do is keep up with these updates, these problems, these things. And then their job is depending on how they do the compliance. So if Nicole goes and gets our portal, we have our driver file system,
yeah,
and she maintains it herself. It's her job to make sure all those boxes are green, right?
yeah,
As that system updates and you keep them all green, you're keeping informed, right?
yeah.
If any of those things turn green or red and there's violations in your e-logs and you're not doing stuff and you don't fix it, then you're not keeping yourself updated, right?
Right, right. We
Because
didn't have a system. We didn't have a system. And
no,
Ricky's got a guy. Ricky's got a guy that comes around once a month, and he does all the audits and keeps everything all legal and all squared up, and he just pays him a monthly fee based on how many drivers he's got, and that's his compliance guy. That's the guy. So
that's what we do. Same program. Depends on how far you want to be invested, or if you want to be hands free. See, that's some of the problem. That rolls right into what I wanted to talk about today. Is why so far this morning, if you look at my phone right here, I set up that networking like I was doing going to start talking the other day. And I've
yeah,
already had this morning inbound calls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 since 9:46. They're called. And every one of these calls is about freight in volume in a 300-mile radius from Michigan right now.
wow,
Isn't that crazy? So
yeah,
you know what, Jared, I wanted to come out by myself or with you, but I didn't really want no special guest because when you start, sometimes when you're teaching networking, right, or
yeah,
relationships, the first problem we have when we do a show. Now, me and you, we have different descriptions of different things the way we think, but when we come to networking, posting, researching, getting customers, building relationships, we're pretty much spot on together, right?
yeah,
To a page. But see, because we're out of a certain thing. If we were back to running our own trucking company, we owned it, right?
yep,
And just so like with me working with Eddie. I don't want to do my pumpkin loads out in New Mexico because my trucks that I'm hiring live in the Midwest.
Right.
So that's not my product. Jared come on yesterday and he talks about how he don't have time to network, but then he wants this product or that product. But in the same sentence, he talked about the Northeast, Dallas, here and there. That's not my product.
Right.
My
Right.
product is nothing east of I-35 or west of 35, east of Ohio, and nothing south of you. Straight across. So that's what I'm networking for.
Talk about networking. Jay's got breakfast ready, so I'm gonna go downstairs. But talk about networking. Take care of yourself, man. Don't be, you know what I'm saying?
I am. I'm working on it.
Do it.
I am.
Everybody have a good day. Hurricane watch. If you pull FEMA loads, you deal with a broker you know. Don't deal with some fly-by-night guy. Put your accessorials on there. And if you go down there, make sure you got some water and food in the truck and plenty of fuel. You might have to sit. That's all the advice I got for today for the hurricane. If you need any help, put a question on Shaggy's page or my page, and we will help you. We will answer your questions. Pretty simple stuff. Nobody getting rich. See y'all. Have a great day.
Thanks, Frank. Okay, guys, let's keep the party started. So, if you're still here and you're paying attention, I want to talk networking, right? So, like we said, if you guys are flowing through, please like the page, drop a comment, say hello. If you guys are not, I don't care. And we have freight with our brokerage. We are looking for flatbeds and dry vans. And we're looking for owner operators for my trucking company, Dion Trucking, that I'm working with Eddie. We have a few openings. And we're not going to buy your plates. We're not going to put a pacifier in your mouth. And if you're broke and need to borrow money, we're still probably not the fit for you. We're looking for big boys with their overalls on or women that can run a truck like Nicole that really want a product. So, guys, this video is going to get a little better. So let's keep going. So and we have demos. So if you guys, like Nicole said or whoever, if you need help with compliance, safety, I'm your guy. We do drug testing, EFTA. We do everything, right? So this morning, I want to talk about what you're not doing. So on here, I have a spreadsheet. So now that I've taken on Dion's trucking, I'm using a load board. And as you see on the load board right here, I'm letting people know what I'm doing, right? So first off, just like Jared said yesterday, or even maybe William would tell you, man, I'm really busy, man. I'm only like one or two guys, and I can only do so much. Or I don't want to do that. Hey, either way, I get it. If you guys are new or you're starting and you want to find brokers that will use you with product that you want and you want to learn how to make the second call and go after the customer of customers that have freight you want, pay attention to what I'm teaching. Watch for the next few minutes. I'm going to show you what I do to build a network. Now, if you don't want to do inbound and outbound calls, you don't want to post and search with direction, and you don't want to find freight and volumes that's ahead of what you need right now, they do exist. We talk to them all the time. Yeah, it's all about work, though. It's about your ads, your image, being involved. Well, your problem isn't any of the owner operators and stuff. Your problem is you're one man trying to juggle everything. Tell these people it's hard. You want to come on as a special guest and talk about how hard it is. And the problem is like William will tell you, even sometimes when you get those perfect local lanes, if you don't keep adding them and you don't keep growing with them, then it's hard to maintain them. Things change. So our first thing is time management. Being able to set aside time. So let's talk about it. So the first thing in the morning you do is you get up in the morning 7:30, you come in and you go through all these freaking emails. These ones right here. The ones I have right here from Royal, this customer, they're coming in right now. I've already set it up. They're sending me emails, and when I go through the emails, I'm looking for loads, especially from Grand Rapids to Indianapolis, Indianapolis to St. Louis to Chicago. Like the one I just found yesterday for $800 on 200 miles, straight through, every day from Highland Park to Canal, Ohio. They're calling it right now like crazy, nonstop, because I'm telling them what I want and I'm putting it in comments. So let's go over here and look. So the first thing I do in the morning is I go to my load board and I pop it up and I put specifically St. Paul to Grand Rapids. And I put it out 30 to 60 days. And this isn't the only place I'm putting them. I'm sending out an email to people I'm setting up. I'm sending out through MailChimp. I'm finding brokers on eCarrier Check that are in a certain area that have assets. And I'm calling them and adding them to my list. So if you look on here, it says from 8:28 to 9:30. So I'm posting these out. I'm refreshing these at 8, noon, 4, and 8. In the evenings, I do it from my phone. We have 3 people screening these calls because there's so many. Looking for volume in lane like dedicated. I have 10 in trucks and adding more. Looking for relationships. That's it. Not looking for one and done. Will they still call me because they need my truck today? Of course they will. William says, shoot, thanks to you, I don't even look at DAT anymore. I maybe post 1 truck a week, if that. When I do, my God, these brokers on that are wanting to run the load for free, losing money. Like, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that, right? So when I post these lanes right now, most of the loads I'm getting calls on are 200 to 300 miles. On all the 200-mile loads, the worst I've seen so far. Now, remember, there's a difference. Are these loads going straight through? And if they go straight through, how much time does it take to unload when I pick up and get there? Is it fast? Is it not? Because these things are important when we're networking, right? When we're building a relationship. Because if the straight through load can't get off in a certain amount of time and your next pickup doesn't work, it's pointless. Because my truck needs to make $1,200, $1,400 a day. Or 1,000, 1,200, depending on what I'm doing, 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles, or a mixture of both. So when I'm posting right now, and after I get past the account rep, or if that account rep can actually work with me, there's always somebody above him. When I post and these guys call, my job is to ask certain questions. So when they call me, first thing I say is I find out what they're calling on. They'll tell me Grand Rapids to here. Okay, great. Then I stop them. How many of these do you have, like volume? I'll even tell them, hey, I'm tired of working with people on the load ports that don't speak English. I hope I'm not offending you. I'm looking to build relationships. I'm looking for volume. I'm not looking for dedicated. I'm looking for dedicated and loads that pick up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Same place, go to same city, or Tuesday and Thursday. And then how many of these do you have? I don't care if it's on an RFP or if it's directly in that lane. How many of them do you have? Because just if the load works for me going straight through and I can do another one coming back, that could be $1,400 to $1,600 in a day if the times work. So I may take less on one to get to the other one, but as long as the two average across the board at what I need per week at 230, 270, $3 a mile, whatever it is. Because if I don't make my 6 to 7, 7,500, 8,000 a week, what good is it anyways? You have to think about the whole picture. How many can I do? How much time does it involve? And then can I get these ahead of time, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Will you send them to me? So one of the things I'm doing is I'm using every software that I can post, and I just once they're in there, guys, all you have to do is refresh. It's not fucking brain surgery. You go in here and you put these in and you refresh. I mean, when they don't. It is the best way to survive, William. You try to teach these people. I'm getting calls right now, like William's in Columbus. I just found loads in Columbus going back to Detroit and Grand Rapids for the guy offered me 800 to $900. Depending on where it's going, that's 200 to 203 miles. See, the problem is I'm not just looking for those lanes for brokers to build relationship. I want to know who the customer is so I can see if I can go after her. So all the brokers are like, holy shit, what do you mean? Dude, I want to call that customer. If the broker isn't giving me enough of what I need or it's not something to work, why can't ask him who the shipper is? How much volume? Is this the only lane? The minute they tell me it's an RFP, I know there's probably more than one broker. But if a guy tells me it's specifically only so many, then I may want to work with him because I'm just trying to educate you guys, right? I know half of you don't care, don't want to do the work. I get it. And half this shit I'm telling you, I might as well just go work for a company and fucking do it for them. But I'm trying to teach you guys how to stay local, how to make money, and get yourself back up to the numbers by servicing lanes. Build lanes. Build it before you need it. Make your post on the board. Go to CH Robinson. Go to Uber. Go to Convoy. Go to Parade AI. Go to Truck Stop. Go to 123. Whatever you want to use. Get on there. Set up your lanes. Even if you're 1, 2, 3, 5 trucks, it's all verbal communication. They don't care. You're talking. Hello, ring, ring, ring. Hello, yes, I was calling on your truck that's posted in Columbus that looks like it's going to Michigan. Yeah, yes, sir. How are you doing today? Great. How are you doing, man? I don't know, man. I turned on the news in the morning and I'm already wanting to get drunk. Just kidding. Thanks. Don't just go straight into the load. Hey, I really appreciate you speaking English since you're the first guy that spoke English in the last 15 calls. Hey, I don't want to work on the low boards no more. I'm really looking to do relationships where I can help you in volume. What kind of volume do you have in this lane? Then sometimes you have to be detailed because they're dumb. Well, how many loads do you have in this lane on a regular basis? Can you look? Do you know? I run other directions too, like from here to here and here to there. Do you have those? Oh, you have Melrose Park, or you have this. How often do you have them? Ask these questions. Where do you put the loads? Do you like the load boards? Because if they tell you they put them on the load boards, do you have emails you send out? Do you guys, you know what I mean? Ask these questions when it's inbound to you. Outbound's a whole different story. That's where you call. So many people don't want to do what I'm preaching because when you did try to do posting, they just called you with all the stuff you didn't want or need. I mean, my phone's getting blown up. And everybody's like, well, in the areas we live, it doesn't work like that, Shaggy. You're in the Midwest. Bullshit. It works everywhere. Guys, if a broker has what you want and you don't want to use it, fucking learn how to go past them. What's up, Mad Max? Thanks for joining. We're talking about networking, posting with directions, searching, and start building a spreadsheet. Get your spreadsheet set up on Google Docs. Set one up in your notes on your phone because I know you're busy, right? Get a notepad. Put it in the truck when you're everywhere. Start writing down places you drive by, not warehouses, manufacturers with trucks in the parking lot with your type of equipment. When you're in these lanes, start building a spreadsheet. Put the broker's name on it. Put the dispatch. This is only for the brokers that really want to work with you guys. This is the guys that have your lanes, not the stuff that goes in New Mexico when you live in the Midwest. Jim, dedicated drop trailers. When I'm talking to these guys like I do, man, they love me. If you want me to answer some calls, I will answer calls and show you that I'm not fucking around. That is so awesome, Candace. Keep it up. Post your truck, Candace. Build the lanes that you want to run. Omaha, Chicago. Omaha, Kansas City. Do a 150-mile radius. And Candace, leave up the post so when you're driving. And always let them know you have the truck available. I know you're lying. I get it. Everybody lies sometimes. Changes the verbiage to make it happen. Get them to talk. If a guy is one and done, then you shouldn't be working with him anyways. You would be surprised how many brokers will love to have the kind of call brokers make money on volume. If they can't just click a few buttons, send them to a trusted carrier and not have to worry about it. Right. But if you call 100 carriers, they don't know how to sell. You don't know how to communicate. You think you fucking do, but your product's not average. It's all one and done. When I tell a carrier, a broker, that I need volume in lanes and I'm at 230 to 270 a mile, I shit you not. Two of these guys on my list on here right here told me they would give me more just because of the way I was talking and that I would work with them in volume. I didn't talk about one and done. I talked about building relationships, building volume, and I'm a human being that wants to work together. I don't have a knife in my hand. You're not a crook to me. I mean, I don't care what your opinion is. If you don't want to work, then go on. I'll move to the next one. There's 75,000 brokers on eCarrier Check. It tells you if they have assets. If they have assets, then sometimes they understand more than what a broker without. Because you guys remember, there's two kinds of brokers. There's one without, there's one with, and there's one with both. Sorry, three. One without, one with, and one with both. For whatever. There's a big difference between William being a broker with his trucking company and understand what's going on, and Isaiah's with no trucks that doesn't. How many of you guys, when you're networking and a broker calls you and tells you everything about the customer, but you don't work out, but the freight works for you, how many times do you go to Google and eCarrier Check, and literally that very next call is to the customer to tell them you have trucks that will specifically help the lanes that you want, and you can try to help them with more? Are they taking on new carriers or brokers? And if they were, what do you need to get set up with them? Do you need 10 trucks? Do you need 15 trucks? Do you need to have a brokerage in a year, or are you just trying to dry hump his fucking leg? I'm just asking. When are we going to build spreadsheets, use our notepads on our phone, start posting our... I mean, you can talk to your wife for fucking 40 minutes while you're driving. When she gives you things to do, you're like, hold on. Text that to me. Why can't I do that networking? I mean, is it that fucking hard for William Triplett to tell a broker to text him to his cell phone so you can work together and you can get back with him when you stop? Get set up with him when you take a break? Fucking sissies. Then add it before you go to sleep at night. Instead of playing on Facebook, TikTok, fucking fill out your spreadsheet and add to your email chain so you can keep notifying. Takes just a few minutes. Now everybody's calling you and you can just book the loads and have the rate cards sent over and stack them up. But no, you're already broke and you got to go out and give it away to somebody else that doesn't even know your agenda because you think that's a good idea. Hell, you've already been with these dispatchers for 4 or 5 months and they haven't done it for you now. So when do you think they're going to fucking start? You have a spreadsheet right here. Then you got your one with your customers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks. Okay. How are you going to be bigger? Well, you already got 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks. Open up your brokerage, set it on ice, and just use it to make yourself bigger and to pay the other carriers to back you up. Well, you guys act like this is brain surgery. Spreadsheets. Here's another one for you. At night, just so you can keep up yourself, you think brokers are high tech or something? Look, it says free CRM right here. Put your customers and your leads and your brokers into the CRM and use it to update. You're running a business. This software right here. There you go. eCarrier Check. When you're driving by a shipper, look at the shipper, find the carrier, see what size they are. Call the shipper, say, do you guys work with brokers? And ask them who they work with if you don't want to go direct. You're in the area. No one said you had to. If you're too scared to do shippers, call the shipper and ask what broker they work with. You already see their lanes. They're on the boards. Or vice versa. Somebody told you about it. Or there's trucks like you in the parking lot. I mean, because really, if you want all this stuff handed to you guys and you really want to just play on low boards and think that's the way to do it because you've survived this long or you think you're going to, you probably need to get the fuck out of the business. Or lease on to Dion Trucking out of Michigan. We'll take you. Subsidiaries showing you guys how to make calls, build lanes in a specific area, and do it with volume. And then when you want, and then go and use e-carrier check. You use your spreadsheets, use Google, use your God-given eyes while you're driving and have a notebook. Write down stuff while you're around, and take time to do research. That's called owning a trucking business. Learn the problems of the customers or learn the problems of the brokers that work for customers and sell your product to them. Not one and done. Build a product. What is your product? My product is Michigan to Indianapolis. My product is Michigan to St. Louis. My product is Michigan to Columbus. My product is Michigan to Chicago. My product's flatbed and dry van. My product's vented vans. My product is home on weekends and through the week if the loads prefer it, but not both. My product is I want to get customers so I can diversify and make money out the freight. Any of you guys want help with calls? Do you want to learn how to do this? Set up a one-on-one for 2 or 3 hours and see how it changes your life. I will do the calls with you while we're on the phone doing training. I'll take the chisel out and break the fucking ice. Even when the brokers call me and we're doing training, I will listen to what they say, get them to talk. I mean, how many of you guys really, when you started and got your authority, actually called brokers and just practice going, hello? Hey, is this William Triplett? Hey, how are you, William? Great, how are you? I don't know, man. I've been drunk for the last 3 weeks. Whatever, joking around, just kidding. At least I don't drive, right? And you joke with them for a minute. Then when they're sitting, and then you just start asking, wow, how long you lived in Columbus? How long you worked for this brokerage? Man, you're really good at what you do. Wow, you got to do this forever? Wow. Are you married? Wow. Did you always want to be a broker or what'd you do before this? Man, that's crazy. You lived in Columbus for a while? Wow. Is your family in trucking? Wow. Does your kids have red hair? Oh, I seen in the picture in the email you sent me, you have red hair. I was just wondering. Do you like what do you do for hobbies, man? Because man, you gotta have some kind of hobbies when you do this. And I have a hobby of drinking all the time because I'm in trucking. What do you do to cope? Hey, so are you going to move up in the business or stay in brokerage and logistics forever? I mean, does your car have this? Do you have tires on it? I mean, what's the sky look like? Do you go fishing? It's like them bouncing back and forth between broker loads, what he does, and then personal stuff. And you're like, why would we do that? So you learn how to keep motherfuckers on the phone and get all the information we can before we actually do it in real time and learn how to freaking talk. I don't know why I'd want to do that. Posting with direction, searching with direction, finding the people and the customers that aren't on the boards and doing the same thing, and building a network of specific stuff you want to take on, and learning to ask for the second call. You have to be careful when you do this stuff because there's a thing called backsoliciting, and only backsoliciting means is what backsoliciting really means. If you guys want to know, it means when you don't do the research and you think you're better than what you are, and you don't understand the volume, and you walk into a place and stick your foot in your mouth. Doesn't mean you're screwing over the broker. The only reason you're screwing over the broker is because you didn't do the research and you went in and stuck your foot in your mouth because you didn't even know what the fuck you're talking about when you went in, and the shipper told the broker you're a dumbass. Because if the broker shipper has problems and he's not cheap and the brokerage isn't doing a good job because they are, and there's freight being stuck on the dock or the customers approaching or drivers told you about it, that's not back soliciting. That's because we're doing research. We know what volume they have, and we know how many loads that guy's covering or what we can do, and we're solving problems. We're being intelligent. I get it, because you think if Shaggy come on and he was teaching people how to receive phone calls, receive emails of freight that he wants, how to go through them, and how to network to build lanes that you want in volume, and you're willing to do it and add your company to it to grow because you're a trucking company, this would be an important topic. It's right here. Spreadsheet. Broker, contact, email, phone number, extension, how long you have to be in business, where's his freight, is he credit checked? Is he credit checked? Credit approved? Where does he put his loads? What kind of lanes? Who does the sales there? How can I get that brokerage to sell my carrier? Later, Candace, another spreadsheet with your shippers. Customer name, date, city, state, zip code, contact person, email, website if they have one, and research notes. Do it here or do it on a free CRM. CRM, free. CRM, free. Google Docs, free. Networking, free. Google, free. Driving your truck, open your eyes, write it on a notebook, free. Only takes time. E-carrier check. Find brokers by location, with trucks or without, or even in lanes. Find trucking companies in an area, sitting out a shipper. Type MC number here, or trucking company name, right? Right here. You type in Dion Trucking, it pulls up their name, where they're located, phone number, how many trucks they have, who they've worked for. How bad do you guys want it? Networking. Sitting on load board doing nothing, one load at a time. Networking. Waiting for a dispatcher to call you, tell you what they do or don't have. Networking. Saying I owned a trucking company. I'm a driver of it. I got 2 company trucks in I drive, but all I do is work with a dispatcher and a broker, but I got a trucking company. Networking. Build relationships, sell yourself to them so you can sell your product to your owner operators and your drivers. Being a slave to other brokers that don't care about you, learning why a brokerage is important to you. Not to just go broker out to a bunch of random people, so you can service your carrier customers and make you bigger than you are as you grow your company. Why is that so confusing? Why do we worry about what everybody else is doing? Why do we worry about what other people are leaving on the table? Why do we worry about this group that wants to go and do what no one else has done? Strike against the government and I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, networking. Put it on, pay attention, and focus on yourself, your business. Or don't. I don't know. I don't think anybody cares anymore. Sometimes I don't even know why I keep coming on and doing the videos. Seems like I'm becoming a dinosaur. I'm really extinct. Every day I think about it, it's like, man, Maybe I should just go like to a bunch of big trucking companies and say, hey, I can offer this, this, and this, and this. I mean, I can do your recruiting, I can do training, I can help with your dispatching, I can help with your brokerage, I can help with compliance operations. I'm like the universal guy, and how much would you pay me? You know what I mean? To come work for you. I'm old, people don't care, industry sucks, people don't want inspiration. Why do we fight? Why don't we just all give up? Go watch the people on TikTok and the people riding around in their truck selling spice. No, they can't physically do nothing but make you feel better, but they can't really come in and fix your trucking company for you because all they've ever done is been an owner operator. But we still got thousands of followers. One guy keeps coming on showing educated stuff that people come in the chat and say it's proven to work. And we wonder sometimes why people keep it all for themselves, right? I get it, guys. We're all in the same boat. Guys, be good. If you guys need a compliance demo, 101 training, come to my office, anything at all. Or you hear people in trouble. We do insurance, equipment, compliance, drugs. We have a new driver portal. We're doing demos. Super easy. I don't know. I My throat's hurting, my chest is hurting, and I still come in here in the morning trying to inspire the crowd. I really appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed some of the information. How to answer the calls. I mean, I can get more in depth, how to set up these posts, how to build your spreadsheets and start finding the brokers, and how to make those second call to customers so you can eliminate the load boards. Only use them for them to call you instead of looking out. If it's something you need to do, give me a call. I'll help all of you. Share the video, like the page. Have a great day.